Hey everybody, it's time for game 108 in the Atlanta Braves 1987 replay. The Braves have their homestand, have jumped on the big Delta jet, headed out west, and we are at Dodger Stadium for today's game between the Dodgers and the Braves. Starting pitchers first for the Dodgers, and he shut down the Braves the last time he faced him, Bob Welch. And for the Braves, even though he's a little red right now from a prior incident, Zane Smith back on the bump for the Braves. We'll go through the starting lineups. First for the Braves. It's kind of typical lineup, although there are a few wrinkles. These are, of course, the as-played lineups. Deion James is in center. Ken Oberkfell is batting third. First baseman Perry is at third base. First base hitting third. Dale Murphy, the Murph, will hit cleanup in right field. In left field, batting fifth, Ken Griffey. Batting sixth and catching is Ted Simmons. He kind of played first and caught and pinch hit, but today he's catching. Andres Thomas, the shortstop, will hit seventh. Glenn Hubbard, the second baseman, will hit eighth, and batting ninth will be Zane Smith. For the Dodgers, leading off will be shortstop Dave Anderson. Batting second will be second baseman Steve Sachs. Hitting third and left field is Pedro Guerrero. In right field is Mike Marshall. He's in the cleanup spot. Mickey Hatcher will be in first base today. He platooned with Franklin Stubbs quite a bit, so with the lefty on the mound, they have the righty Hatcher at first base. John Shelby is in center field. He will hit sixth. Mike Scioscia, the catcher, will bat seventh. Batting eighth will be third baseman Jeff Hamilton, and batting ninth will be Bob Welch. The umpires for today's game covering the plate is Jerry Davis. And these are the actual umpires from that game. Doug Harvey is at first. Greg Bonin, or Bonin, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, is at second base. And the big guy, Eric Gregg, is at third. All right, so we're just about ready to go. Other than my dice, which you kind of need that. The pregame checks were already done. The Dodgers are neutral by default. First game of the series, they're going to be neutral. The Braves had a one-game winning streak because they beat the Padres in the last game. So they rolled but got nothing on the chart. However, they did get the dot for the are they ready to win, so they are semi-harmonious. But then the next roll was a 5, so it went to no effect. So they're carrying over. Glenn Hubbard is a hero until further notice. That's the only carryover they have. Dodger Stadium, if you look at that, it's a grass field. And for right-handers, it plays big all around for Dodger Stadium. Hot and cold players from last game, Oberkfell is the hot player. Perry is the cold player for the Braves. For the Dodgers, it was a random draw. Mike Marshall is the hot player, and Jeff Hamilton is the cold player. All right, all those festivities out of the way. We are now finally ready to get going. And I will move the umpires kind of out of the way. Just wanted to show them so that you would see who they were and what base they were covering. We'll bring them back if needed. Right now I want to use that space to roll the dice. So we're at beautiful Dodger Stadium. Thanks again to Al Wilson for providing those ballpark photos to be able to be used in the game. And I got the covers back on the Braves now just in case I have another accident, although I'm drinking coffee now, not juice. James will lead things off, the center fielder, against Bob Welch, and we're underway. 4-5-6, and a 4-5-6 is blank for the pitcher. Is James patient? No, he's not. He will fly to center, and that's out number 1. That result was in purple, so we're going immediately to the chemistry chart. And the Braves are semi-harmonious. The Dodgers are neutral. And the at-bat goes to Ken Oberkfell on this chemistry roll. Both teams are neutral. 1-4. 1-4 batting team dissonance. No, they're neutral. If it was dissonant, it would be a dribble to the pitcher. Otherwise, it is a single. So, Ken Oberkfell, a 1-out single. Tries to get something started for the Braves. And that'll bring up the first baseman, Perry. He is the designated, or not the designated, but from his last game, he is the cold player based on performance from last game. It's a 1-5-6. 1-5-6 asks, is he a whiffer? Perry is not a whiffer, so we have outfield drama. And for the Dodgers in the outfield, everyone is neutral. And we get a 3-4 on outfield drama. So outfield drama 3-4. Left fielder Iron. Nope, everybody's neutral as I said. So it's a fly out to Guerrero in left field. Perry is gone. 2 down. It's up to the Murph. Dale Murphy with a chance. See what he can do with Bob Welch. And we get a 5-6-6. 5-6-6. Ask, is the pitcher wild? No, Welch has semi-control. Does Murphy have a good eye? He's semi-patient but does not have a good eye, so he will strike out. And that's going to end the top of the first. So nothing doing for Atlanta. They come away empty. We go to the bottom of the first. Atlanta nothing. Dodgers coming to bat. That result was in blue on the Murphy strikeout. So we're going to right now chart, and it's neutral against neutral because neither pitcher nor batters have had any activity this game. So by default, Dave Anderson's going to bat off the right now chart, neutral against Zane Smith. 3-5. 3-5. Hot batter. No, he's not a hot batter. He's neutral. So it'll be a fly ball to left field handled by Griffey. And there's one away. That'll bring up Steve Sax. Steve Sax. 2-2-5. 2-2-5. Check out Zane Smith on the 2-2-5. Is he a star? Zane Smith does not have the star quality. Is Sax a slugger or a sad sack? No, he's actually a semi-scrapper. So he will single to center field and an active runner will steal. He is semi-active. If I can get this focused. He is semi-active, but the sire die says no. So it'll be a single but no stolen base for Sax. So he's on first for Pedro Guerrero. Pedro Guerrero, semi-home run king and a semi-champion. And we get a 1-2-3. That's the flash and freshness check. And Zane Smith does have semi-flash. The sire die says he has flash. He's certainly fresh. So it'll be a strikeout of Guerrero, which is kind of unfortunate because otherwise it would have been a double play ground out. But the inning continues for Mike Marshall. And that's a 4-5-6, so I think he'll get out of the inning. 4-5-6, ask, is Marshall patient? No, he's eager. So he will fly to center, and that's going to end the top of the first from Dodger Stadium, and we're scoreless. Go to the top of the second. That result was in purple. So again, we're to the chemistry chart for Ken Griffey. And they are semi-harmonious. Dodgers are neutral. So this time the Braves will have harmony at the bat. 2-3, pitching team harmony. No, they're neutral. If they were harmonious, it'd be a strikeout. Otherwise, it's a walk. So Ken Griffey will draw a leadoff walk. See if they can get something going for catcher Ted Simmons. A rare catching performance for Simmons in this season. 1-2-5. Bob Welch is not a struggler, so we don't need to worry about that. Simmons is not patient, so he's going to ground out to third. He's not a whiffer, so that's a 5-4-3 double play ground out. So Ted Simmons around the horn, 5-4-3. He is eliminated. 2 quick outs for Andres Thomas, the shortstop. Andres Thomas. It's a 1-2-2 for Welch. 1-2-2. He's not a workman. Is Thomas a champ or a whiffer? Thomas is a semi-whiffer. Desired Eye says he's a whiffer, so that's an infield single for Andres Thomas. He eked one out. 2-out single brings up Glenn Hubbard. Glenn Hubbard. 4-5-6. We've had that roll a lot. 4-5-6. Is Hubbard patient? Hubbard is semi-patient, but Desired Eye says no, so it's a fly out to center. That's going to end the second inning. And again, that result in purple, so we're going right back to the chemistry chart for the first at bat of the bottom of the second, which belongs to Mickey Hatcher. So Mickey Hatcher will get the chemistry roll. Braves pitching is harmonious. Dodgers batting neutral. 4-6. Pitching team dissonance. No, they're harmonious. If it was dissonant, that'd be a walk. Otherwise, it's a line out to third. So Hatcher hit it hard, but right at Oberkfell. And there's one away for John T-Bone Shelby. Shelby, a 1-2-6. That is a freshness check, and we're in the second inning. So he is fresh, and that's a line out to second. So 2 quick line outs for the Dodgers. And that'll bring up Mike Scioscia, longtime Angel manager. 3-4-6. 3-4-6. Blank for the pitcher is Scioscia eager. No, he's actually got a good eye, so he's not eager. So he will walk. Of course, he is not active, so he won't steal, but it will be a 2-out walk, which will again send us to the chemistry chart because it's in purple. And that'll bring up Jeff Hamilton, third baseman. I had to create this card. It was not in the extras or the regular set, so I just went by the player creation guide and created Jeff Hamilton so I could do the as-played lineups. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing chemistry. My bad. I got distracted there. Would have been an unusual play result, but we're doing chemistry, so that's only 2 dice. 3-4, 3-4. Batting team harmony. No, they're neutral. So instead of a single, it's going to be a ground out to third, and that's going to end the second inning. So nothing doing for the Dodgers in the second. After 2 complete, we are scoreless. And the pitcher spot, Zane Smith will lead things off for the Braves. And we get a 3-4-5. And the 3-4-5 result is asking about the catcher. Is the catcher iron? No, Scioscia is not an iron catcher. Does the batter have a good eye? No, not hardly. Zane Smith, the pitcher, is not going to have a good eye, so he will strike out. And that result was in blue. So we're going to the right now chart for a semi-hot Bob Welch against a neutral Deion James. So Welch will be a hot pitcher this at-bat. 2-5 on the, it says hot batter. No, he's not a hot batter. He's neutral. If he was hot, he would single. Otherwise, it's a liner to first. So Deion James lines it to Mickey Hatcher at first base for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down for Ken Oberkfell. And Oberkfell has the only, well, he has the first hit of the game. Braves have 2 in total. 3-4-5. 3-4-5. Again, asking about the iron catcher, which he is not. And Oberkfell does have a semi good eye, but the sired eye says no, so he will strike out. And that's going to end the third inning. That was in blue, so we're going right back to the right now chart. So we've had a lot of rolls that sends us to chemistry and right now, and we're going right back there right now. For the at-bat of the pitcher, Bob Welch. So he will pitch, he's neutral. Last batter faced by Zane Smith was a ground out, so he's neutral. So neutral against neutral. And we get a 55. So a neutral against neutral and a 5-5. Timeout, conference at the mound. We got a walk. So unfortunately, when you roll the double 5 on the right now chart, that brings up a walk. And that walks the pitcher, which you don't normally see happen very often, but it happened here. And there's a leadoff walk to the pitcher. That's usually not a good omen for things to come. We'll see what Dave Anderson does. Anderson, a 1-3-4. Could have bunted there, I guess, but I went ahead and swung away. So it's a 1-3-4 asking about a gold catcher. Simmons is not gold. Anderson's not a champion. So we're going to have outfield drama. And in the outfield, everybody is neutral. We get a 1-2 for outfield drama. So we'll flip over to outfield drama. And a 1-2 for, oh, I'm on the wrong spot. I went to the experience. I've been going so much to the experience chart, I keep forgetting. 1-2, right fielder iron. No, Murphy is neutral, so that's a routine fly out for Anderson. Watch out, we got a kitty coming. Watch out. So, got to keep the kitties off the table. That will help. All right, so Steve Sax is the batter now. 1-1-6, and a 1-1-6, I believe, talks about freshness again. And since we're in the third inning, he is certainly fresh. 1-1-6, it's a strikeout off the freshness chart. So Zane Smith racks up a strikeout on Steve Sax for out number 2. Brings up Pedro Guerrero with Welch still at first. And that's a 3-3-6. 3-3-6 asks, is the pitcher an ace? No, he's not. Is the batter sad sack, utility, or patient? He is not. It's a single to center for Guerrero. And that will be enough to move Welch over to third base. puts runners at the corners with 2 outs for Mike Marshall. And we go to another chart, which is the experience chart. Mike Marshall is a semi-icon. Zane Smith is neutral. So he will be an icon batter against a neutral pitcher. 1-6. Icon pitcher. No, he's not an icon pitcher, so it won't be a ground to short. It'll be a single to center field. And we got our first run of the ball game as Mike Marshall drives in Bob Welch. And the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. Guerrero on the lead die of 3 will go to third. So runners are at the corners with 2 outs for Mickey Hatcher. 1-0 Dodgers here in the third. Whoa, a little bit too far there. 1-2-5. Is he a struggler? No, he's only given up 2 hits in a row. He has to give up 3 hits in a row to be a semi-struggler. So that's not going to affect Zane Smith. So the next check is the batter patient. He's semi-eager, so he's not patient. He will ground to third unless he's a whiffer, which he is not. So it's a ground out to third by Mickey Hatcher. But that leadoff walk to the pitcher comes back to bite him. And after 3 complete, it's the Dodgers 1 and the Braves 0. First baseman Perry will lead off the top of the 4th. And we get a 1-2-4, and that's talking about control. Bob Welch has semi-control. Desire Die says he has control, so it is a ground out to the shortstop. So Perry grounds to Anderson, 1 away. Brings up the Murph, Dale Murphy, and he struck out his first time up. Looking for redemption. 2-2-4. 2-2-4 talks about pitching at home, and he certainly is, so it's a pop out to short. Murphy pops it up to Anderson. 2 quick outs for Ken Griffey, and Welch is doing what he did the last time to the Braves. Shutting them down. 4-4-5 for Griffey. 4-4-5. Is he a workman? No. Is Griffey patient? No, he's not, so he will ground to first. That's handled by Hatcher. And it's 3 up, 3 down for the Braves in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Dodgers 1, Braves 0. And John T-Bone Shelby will lead things off against Zane Smith. And it's a 1-2-2. And a 1-2-2 talks about a workman, which he is not. Is he a champ or a whiffer? John Shelby is a semi-whiffer, but Sire Die says no. So instead of an infield single, he's going to line it to Oberkfell, and that's 1 away. Line out to third. Here's Scioscia. Mike Scioscia walked his first time up. Ooh, 5-5-5. That could be bad for Zane Smith. 5-5-5, ace or star? No, he's not. Is Scioscia a scrapper? Scioscia is a semi-scrapper. Desire Die says he's a scrapper, so it's going to be a looping single. He will avoid the home run. So that was a savior there by the Decider Die. Zane Smith getting rescued by the Decider Die. Instead of a home run, it's just going to be a single. And with Hamilton and the pitcher coming up, that could save him a run. So Hamilton, 155 for Hamilton. 155 asks, is he a home run king? No, Hamilton's actually a scrapper. So he will fly to center for out number 2. And that brings up the pitcher Welch. He's batting off his own card this time, not off a micro chart. So Welch is on his own. It's 2-3-4, but he's going to get a break because it's runners on base plate drama. So plate drama it is, and Simmons is neutral from his catching position. Get a 1-2. 1-2 says catcher iron. If he was, he's neutral. He's not iron. If he was, it'd be a wild pitch. Otherwise, we got a ball count, and it's an orange. So we're going to the umpire chart for the first time today. And the umpire chart with a runner at first base. See what the umpires have to say. It's a 1-4 with a runner at first base. Lenient umpire at home. Well, the home plate umpire is Jerry Davis. He is semi-lenient. Desire Die says he's lenient, so yes, in this case he is lenient. Ball 4, take your base. Other umpires would have called a strikeout. So Jerry Davis allows another walk to Bob Welch. He has walked twice because of the microchart results. So we go to the top of the order for Dave Anderson, 2 on, 2 outs. Zane Smith not out of the woods yet, but I think he will be now with that 1-1-6. 1-1-6 is a freshness check for a strikeout, and we're in the 4th inning. These older sets, you get 4 innings of freshness, plus the sire die would have made him fresh anyway. And he strikes out Dave Anderson to end the inning. All right, so we go to the 5th, and now both pitchers will be semi-fresh. As these older sets, when you get into the 80s, you get 4 innings of freshness originally, instead of 3 like you do for the newer sets. So now Bob Welch will be semi-fresh as he faces Ted Simmons. And it's a 1-2-5, which talks about him being a struggler. He is not. Simmons is not patient, so he will ground out to third. I think that's Simmons was out on a 1-2-5 last time that caused a double play. This time it's simply a ground out to third. 1 away for Andres Thomas. He got a nub single because he was a whiffer. 156. 156. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. Sire die says no. So we have outfield drama for the Dodgers, and we're back to the drama chart again. And on the outfield drama, all the Dodgers outfielders are neutral. Ooh, it's a 6-6. Outfield drama 6-6. Right fielder iron. Nope, Mike Marshall's not iron, so he will make the routine fly out. Make the routine grab for out number 2. And that brings up Glenn Hubbard, second baseman. 2 outs, base is empty. It's a 1-2-6. That's a freshness check, I believe. Make sure. 1-2-6. Yep, it's a freshness check. The sire die says no, so Welch is not fresh this at bat. Is the batter a sad sack? No, Hubbard's not a sad sack, so he will actually single. So Hubbard will single past second base to get a 2-out single and bring Zane Smith to the plate. And Zane Smith's going to bat off of the right now chart. Welch, by virtue of giving up that single, is semi-cold. And Zane Smith, by the virtue of striking out his last time up, is semi-cold. So we got semi-cold against semi-cold, and they're both neutral. 3-5 on neutral. Hot batter. No, he's not hot. He's going to fly to left. Zane Smith will fly to left to end the inning. Nothing doing there for the Braves. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 1-0 in favor of the Dodgers. And Steve Sax will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 for 2 with a single. And this is a 1-1-2. And a 1-1-2 asks, does the pitcher have flash? He's got semi-flash. The sire die says he has flash, so it is a strikeout. So Zane Smith racks up the strikeout on Sax. And for Smith, that is strikeout number 4. He's also walked 3. 2 of those were the pitcher. So here's Pedro Guerrero. 4-5-6. We've had that roll several times. Is Guerrero patient? No, he's not. So it's a fly out to center. And of course, in purple, that's going to go to the chemistry chart. So the Braves are semi-harmonious and the Dodgers are neutral on this chemistry roll from Mike Marshall. 4-6, so everybody's neutral. 4-6 pitching team distance. No, they're neutral. Were they distant, it would be a walk. Otherwise, it's a line out to third. So Marshall will line to Oberkfell. And that completes the Dodgers' 5th inning. After 5 complete, it is 1-0 in favor of the Dodgers. Back to the top of the order for the Braves. Dion James, he's 0 for 2. Looking to change that. 4-5-5. So 4-5-5. We'll check Bob Welch on his 4-5-5. Asking, does he have flash? Welch has flash. That's one of his qualities, is flash. So that will be a strikeout because Dion James does not have the good eye. So, strikeout to start the 6th. Dion James is out of there. Here's Oberkfell, 1 for 2. Oh, and that's a 6-6-6. How about that? 6-6-6. Is he an ace? No. Is he a sad sack? No. We got a glove check. So in a glove check, you look at the glove check, and over here it's asking you got to have a gold outfielder to stop the home run on a glove check. None of the outfielders for the Dodgers are gold. So Ken Oberkfell has just lifted one over the wall out there in right center field, and that has tied the ball game. So thanks to the 6-6-6 roll, Ken Oberkfell has just tied the ball game. He is a scrapper, but there's nothing on the glove chart that says a scrapper can't hit the home run, so we're going to go with it. It's one of these rare cases where the scrapper can get the home run. So here's Perry, and Oberkfell did hit a couple home runs in the season, so it's not like it's, you know, way out there. So here's first baseman Perry. Now the score is tied. 2-3-4 for Perry. First of all, nobody's on base. Is he a hot batter? Perry is not a hot batter, so he will pop it up to Hamilton at third. There's 2 away for the Murph. 2 outs, bases empty. We're tied at 1 here in the top of the 6th. And that's who he just missed a 6-6-6. Instead, it's a 5-6-6. And the Murph's going to strike out thanks to that. So he will be gone. And so are the Braves. But the home run by Oberkfell has tied the ball game at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Murphy's strikeout was in blue. So we will be going to the right now chart. And Hatcher grounded out his last time up. So he is neutral. And the last batter faced by Zane Smith was a line out by Marshall. So he is neutral. So we have neutral against neutral. And it's a 4-4. Neutral against neutral. And we get another, again, you roll the double 4 or the double 5 in this right now. You get a walk. So I'd like to see that changed in future editions of the book. If there is going to be a future edition, I would like to see those 2 removed because there's enough walks in the game already. Just my editorial opinion. All right. Great game, but that's just one of those 2 little things that are kind of annoying. All right, here's Shelby. 3-4-5. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but that's just, like I said, it's my opinion, which everybody has one. And I think Keith is okay with people giving their opinions. 3-4-5. Let's see here. 3-4-5. Iron catcher. No. Simmons is not iron. Does Shelby have a good eye? No, he's semi-eager, so he will strike out. So Shelby is out of there, and that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. Scioscia is actually going to be a hot batter because he singled last time. And Zane Smith's going to be a hot pitcher because he got the strikeout. So it's hot batter against hot pitcher. And we get a 2-5. 2-5 says hot batter. Yep, he rips a pitch into right field for a single. So Scioscia 2 for 3. Actually 2 for 2. He walked his first time up, so he's 2 for 2. That single with a lead die of 2 is going to only let Hatcher go 1 base. So it's runners at first and second with 1 out. And that brings up Jeff Hamilton, third baseman. He's 0 for 2. That's a 3-6-6. 3-6-6. 3-6-6. Blank for the pitcher. He's not a pinch hitter, so it's a fly out to center. We're out number 2, and now we're down to the pitcher spot. And Welch, still pitching well, is going to stay in there. So Welch, and because he's walked twice, see if he can walk again. He's on his own accord this time, though. 1-4-5, no micro charts to help him. 1-4-5, he's not a struggler, so it's a ground out to third, and that's going to end the 6th. So nothing doing for the Dodgers. We played 6 complete, and we're tied at 1. All right, we go to the 7th, and this is the last inning for both pitchers to be semi-fresh. And it'll be Ken Griffey to lead off against Welch. 2-5-6. First time I had that roll today, I believe. 2-5-6, he's not a struggler. Is he champion or patient? Neither one. So infield drama. I think it's the first time we've had the Dodgers on infield drama. Or maybe anybody on infield drama for that matter. The Dodger infielder Sachs is semi-iron. Everybody else is neutral. So everybody will be neutral on infield drama. 3-6. Third baseman Gold. No, Hamilton is not Gold, so it's going to be an error. Going to be an error on Hamilton. E5. Griffey reaches to start the inning. E5. As the Braves try to get something going here against Welch, it'll be Simmons. He's 0 for 2. 2 ground outs to third. This time, though, it's a 5-5-5, so could be an issue. We'll see. Let's go to the 5-5-5 chart, if I can get back over here. All right, 5-5-5. Ace or star? Well, Welch is going to be saved by the decider die. He's a semi-star. Decider die says he's a star, so it's only going to be a deep fly to right by Simmons. It will not be a 2-run homer. So the decider die bails him out there. Here's Andres Thomas. 114. 114. Is he fresh? The sire die says he's fresh. So it's a ground out to short, and on a lead die of 1, that's a double play. So it's a 6-4-3 DP to end the top of the 7th. So nothing doing there for the Braves. 7th inning stretch time. And I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stretch. So Dave Anderson will lead things off. Zane Smith, again, his last time at being semi-fresh. Nice to see a pitching duel for a change. Here's Dave Anderson. 1, 2, 3, flash and fresh. Yes, he is, because he's semi-flash. Well, actually, the semi-flash is going to be carried with the decider die, and use the same decider die because it's the same player, so I don't have to re-roll. So he will be a strikeout victim. So Anderson out on strikes. Either way, it would have been a ground to short had it not been flash and fresh. So it's an out either way, but I do believe that decider die carries both of those. So that will be the strikeout. If I'm wrong, somebody please tell me. 246. 246 is asking if he has control. And he has semi-control. Decider die says he has control. It's a ground out back to Zane Smith. So 2 up, 2 down, and it's the dangerous Pedro Guerrero. He could untie the game with one swing of the bat as a semi-home run king. But we got another 2-4-6 roll, which is the control check. But this time, decider die says no way. So we move over to the next one. Eager or sad sack. He is neither. So it'll be a walk. A 2-out walk to Guerrero. He's anything but active, so he will not steal. Does bring up Mike Marshall. 1 for 2. Check that. 1 for 3. He's a single and 2 other outs. So it's a 1-1-4, which is the freshness check. Decider die gives him that freshness. So it's a ground out to short. And that's going to end the 7th inning. So now freshness is gone from everybody. No more freshness for either one. As we start the 8th. And decision time for Chuck Tanner, because Zane Smith, his turn in the batting order is second. So if Hubbard reaches, he can bunt, but if he doesn't reach, then he's got to decide on whether to use a pinch hitter or not. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. 2-3-5. He's not wild. Is Hubbard eager? No, he's not. So it'll be a ground out to second unless he's patient. Hubbard is semi-patient, but the decider die says no, so the ground out will stand. There's 1 out here in the top of the 8th. And now this is where the manager gets paid the big bucks. Do you take out a guy like Zane Smith, who's been pitching very well, to bring in a pinch hitter? And this is where I love National League rules. I think there's a lot more strategy involved. If this was an American League game, you wouldn't think twice about it. Zane Smith would continue. So anybody that says that the National League rules don't give you extra strategy doesn't know what they're talking about. And that includes George Will and Tony La Russa, who both in their book were just stupid when they said that. But that's just my editorial opinion. But I just don't see it. Anytime you have to consider more things in your decision making, to me that brings in more strategy and more possibilities of thought. Whereas in the DH league, you wouldn't have to worry about this kind of stuff. So Chuck Tanner is going to go to his bench, and he's going to go to Albert Hall. So Albert Hall is going to pinch hit for Zane Smith. And yes, sometimes I do give my opinion when I shouldn't, but that's just the way it goes. I don't mind giving my opinion and leaving it up for scrutiny. So Hall is going to bat for Smith here in the top of the 8th with 1 out. Could have used Nettles, but I'm going to see if Hall can get on. He's active. If he can single, he can get to second on a possible stolen base. So that's what we're trying for here. But it's a 1-2-3, both flash and fresh. Well, he's not fresh, but he is flash. But either way, it's going to be a ground ball to short. And Hall is out of there, 6-3. So 2 outs, and that brings up Dion James. 2 outs with nobody on in the bullpen. Jeff Dedman is going to be the new pitcher for the Braves in the bottom of the 8th, as he has been loosening. 1-4-6 for Dion James. He was loosening while I was on my rampage about National League rules. All right, 1-4-6. Is he flash? Yes, he is. Don't even need a decider die. It's flash. So unless James has a good eye, which he does not, it's a strikeout. So Dion James, 0 for 4 now with 2 strikeouts. So he is gone. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. new pitcher on for the Braves will be Jeff Dedmon. And he has no pitching qualities whatsoever, but he will be an ace on this first at bat. So that's one thing he has going for him, is that he will be an ace. All right. Won't take the time to do the line score on Zane Smith, except for the fact he did pitch 7 innings and give up 1 run, but don't have any. I'm not going to go through the walks and strikeouts or hits. I don't want to slow the game up. So, Hatcher, the first batter, and again, Dedmon will be an ace on this first at bat. It's a 2-2-3. 2-2-3 is he wild? No. Is the batter slugger or utility? Mickey Hatcher is semi-slugger. Decidice says he's a slugger, so he will line out to short. He's not a whiffer, so he won't strike out, but it will be a line out to short for 1 away. That brings up John Shelby. T-Bone Shelby. 4-6-6. Is the pitcher wild? No. Is Shelby a home run king or a slugger? John Shelby is a slugger, so he will strike out. 2 down. That's the second strikeout for Shelby in this game. Brings up Mike Scioscia. 2 outs, base is empty. We could go to the 9th with a 1-1 tie, unless something happens here with Scioscia. And it might with that roll there. 5-5-6. He's not an ace. Is Scioscia a sad sack? No, he's not. So Scioscia's going to double. A 2-out double by Scioscia. Scioscia now 3 for 3 with the walk. And now it comes down to Jeff Hamilton to see if he can bring him home. It's a 3-4-4. 3-4-4. Prospect pitcher. No, he's not. He's neutral. Is the batter patient? No, he's not patient. So it will be a pop out to second as Hubbard secures it, and the 8th inning is over, and the Braves escape that 2-out double by Scioscia. So we go to the 9th, and Welch is going to stay in there. He's set to lead off the bottom of the 9th, but he's still pitching well. So the bullpen is working, though. The bullpen is in action. As, let's see who's loosening down there. Could be Brian Holton. Looks like Brian Holton. Brian Holton is loosening in the Dodger bullpen. Case Welch gets into trouble. Here's Oberkfell to lead off the top of the 9th. He homered his last time up on that 6-6-6 roll. Not this time. 3-3-5. At 3-3-5, he's not wild. Is he a sad sack? Oberkfell is not a sad sack, so he will single to right. He will steal second if he's not stoic. He is semi-stoic. Decidice says no. So Oberkfell is actually going to steal a base. How about that? He hits a home run when he doesn't usually do so, and now he steals a base when he doesn't normally do so. So one of those outlier rules, but Oberkfell is now 3 for 4 with a home run. So if the Braves win, it could be Oberkfell for MVP. If the Dodgers win, it could be Scioscia. We'll see. Here's the first baseman, Perry, with Oberkfell at second and nobody out. We had a 4-4-5. 4-4-5. Is the pitcher Workman? No. Is Perry patient? No. Ground out to first, but the runner will advance. So Oberkfell will go to third with only 1 out. And now Murphy is up. The infield is going to have to come in because they don't want that run to score. They could pitch around Murphy, but Murphy's 0 for 3, so Welch has got him pretty much in control here. So they're going to let him pitch to Murphy. Could be a mistake, but that's what Lasorda is going to do. It's a 3-5-6, and it's a good decision because that's a strikeout on the left-right check. And Murphy now has struck out 3 times today. He's got the hat trick. So now it's 2 outs, and it's down to Ken Griffey. Can't walk Griffey because Simmons is next, and he's a capable hitter as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch to him. 4-6-6. 4-6-6. Is he wild? No. Home run king or slugger? Ken Griffey is a slugger, so he will strike out, and that's going to end the top of the 9th. So Welch pitches around that leadoff single and stolen base. He has pitched 9 complete innings, and his day is now done because he's going to be pinch hit for, as his spot in the order is scheduled to lead off the bottom of the 9th. So we're going to pinch hitter. And the pitch hitter is going to be Kenny Landreaux. So Ken Landreaux is going to pinch hit for the Dodgers to start the top of the 9th. Landreaux for Welch here in the ninth. Dedmon's in his second inning of work, so he is now semi-fresh. Get those administrative things out of the way. And Landreaux steps up against Dedmon. 156. 156 for Landreaux. Is he a whiffer? He is not a whiffer, so we got outfield drama. And everybody in the outfield for the Braves is neutral. We get a 4-5 for the outfield drama. 4-5 on the outfield drama. Center fielder Gold. No, Deion James is not Gold, so it will be a base hit. That results in red, so we go to the chemistry chart next. But it's a pinch hit single for Landreaux. So he gets a pinch hit single. And we're back to the top of the order for Anderson, and we're going to the experience chart, and both pitcher and batter are neutral. But we're going to override that chart because we're in a bunt situation, so Dave Anderson is actually going to drop a sacrifice bunt. And the 2 makes it very good. If he was active, I believe he would reach, but he's not active, so it's simply going to be a sacrifice hit. We'll call it 2-4. And Landreaux will move to second. So he's in scoring position for Steve Sax as the Braves mull over whether or not to bring in a reliever here. Let's see, Sax is 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, and Guerrero's on deck, so you're not going to walk Sax. But Dedmon's going to go ahead and pitch to Sax. They have a reliever, Acker, in the bullpen, but they're going to stick with Dedmon against Sax. 2-2-4. Well, he's not pitching at home, so that's not going to help him out any. The next result is he a slugger? No, he's actually a semi-scrapper. He's not a slugger, but he will single to right field. On a lead die of 2, the runner has to be active to score from second. Landreaux is not active, but he will go to third. So runners are at the corners now. And you would normally have... Let's see here. That was a 2-2-4. So you would normally go to the right now chart, but we're going to get a pitching change, and that's going to override the right now chart. So Dedmon is out, as they need an ace in there to see if they can get out of this. So they're going to bring in Jim Acker. Jim Acker will be an ace this first at bat, plus he's got semi-flash qualities. His only quality, semi-flash. So Tanner's kind of rolling the dice here to see if he can get out of this jam with a possible strikeout. As Pedro Guerrero, the batter, they could walk him, but then you load the bases, and another walk, which can happen in this game a lot, could result in walking in a run. So they're going to go ahead and pitch to Guerrero. It's kind of a dicey situation, so to speak, but Acker is an ace, so that would hopefully help him out some. 1-3-4. 1-3-4. Gold catcher, no. Is the batter a champion? Batter is a semi-champion. Desired Eye says he's a champion. So it's a single to left, and that's going to be the ball game. Pedro Guerrero walks it off with a bloop single, scoring the pinch runner Guerrero. And that's going to do it. The Dodgers will walk off the Braves in this one by the final score of 2-1. And makes a loser out of Dedmon, who was in there for an inning. He gets an inning and a third and takes the loss. Acker doesn't get anybody out. He pitches to one batter, gives up a hit. But the loss is going to be tagged to Dedmon, who gives up the run. And a complete game victory for Bob Welch. His only blemish was an Oberkfell home run. Other than that, he shut everything down. He gets the win. So I'll do the totals real quick so we can get you the final results. For Welch, he gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So he pitches a 5-hitter, complete game 5-hitter, 1 run, that home run to Oberkfell. He walked 1. He only walked 1, so he has semi-control when he had the rolls going for him pretty well. So it's a 1-walk performance. Strikeout-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 strikeouts. So an excellent line for Welch. Braves 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. They left on 1, 2, 3, 4. Only left on 4, so they didn't have a whole lot going on the whole game. Welch was pretty much in control, as we said. All right, for the Dodgers, in that 9th inning, they had the 3 hits, 2 of those off of Dedmon, and he gave up a hit prior in the 8th inning, so he gave up 3 hits in an inning and a third. And let's see, he got a strikeout, no walks. Zane Smith, in his 7 innings, he gave up how many walks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 walks given up by Zane Smith. Strikeout wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts. And his hits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 5 hits. So unofficially, I'm doing this kind of fast. So unofficially, got the Dodgers for 9 hits. So line score 2-9-1 for the Dodgers, 1-5-0 for the Braves. Winning pitcher was Bob Welch. Losing pitcher was Jeff Dedmon. You check the runners left on base for the Dodgers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they left 11 runners on base. So that's why the score stayed tied like it was for so long. But that's going to be it from here. We'll give a quick view of the score sheet as I have it. Again, like I said, this is unofficial. I've got 2 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error for the Dodgers. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for the Braves. 11 left on for the Dodgers, 4 left on for the Braves. Braves with the loss now dropped to 47-61. They will now have a 1-game losing streak going forward. And like I said, the star of the game, Socha did well, but to me the star of the game is Bob Welch. His complete game, 9 innings, 5 hits, only 1 walk and 8 strikeouts. His lone blemish was that Oberkfell single, or home run rather. In fact, if you take Oberkfell, who was the designated hot batter coming into the game, and he will stay the hot batter, he went 3 for 4. So if you take his at-bats out, it's a 2-hit shutout for Welch. But he did have to face Oberkfell, so he did give up the 5 hits and the 1 run. Zane Smith pitched well, 7 innings, only 1 run, walked 5, struck out 6. But he came out for the pinch hitter, and then Dedmon pitched okay in the 8th, but then in the 9th, gave up the single to Landreau for the pinch hitter to lead things off. Sacrifice bunt by Anderson was successful. Sack Singleton to the corners, brought in Acker to try to get out of it, but the single by Guerrero, because the side said he was a champion, gave him that bloop single, and that was the ball game. So that's it here from Dodger Stadium as the Dodgers win the first game of the series against the Braves. This was game number 108, and Mr. Bob Ebony Eyes Welch was the kingpin of this game. He was large and in charge, as they say. So Bob Welch, player of the game without question. Mr. Welch, semi-star, semi-star with flash and semi-control, has done it to the Braves again. The last video I did, I believe, of this Atlanta Braves season was against the Dodgers and Bob Welch. So he has done it again. Mr. Ebony Eyes, and if you don't know where the Ebony Eyes reference comes from, there's a singer named Bob Welch, and one of his more popular songs was Ebony Eyes. So that's why it was a Chris Berman nickname that gave him back in the 80s when he was pitching. So that's going to do it from here. Hope everybody enjoyed that presentation of Atlanta Braves 1987 baseball. Game number 108, as I'm plugging along. This was actually a replay from the game played August 7th, so I'm obviously a little bit behind. I got behind by a week from having some oral surgery, so I'm doing some catch-up, so I'm playing some more games offline to try to get caught up as well. I've got this weekend to do it, plus next weekend is Labor Day weekend, so I have some time there also to catch up. So hopefully after Labor Day, I'll get caught up into the real, where I can be right on, in time with the regular calendar of the season. But unfortunately for the Braves, they couldn't get it going offensively. The pitching certainly held out pretty well, but when you don't score, it's hard to win. And that's what happened here at Dodger Stadium. So until next time, hope everybody enjoys rolling whatever game you choose to play, whether it's History Maker or something else. A lot of good games out there to play. Just hope the whole point is to get it on your tabletop, kind of get away from reality a little bit, kind of get in your own universe and do your own thing. And that's the whole point of the whole hobby, is to do that and to have fun. And as the game says, or as the company says, to play. That's the whole point, is to play. The whole point is to play. And History Maker Baseball, I agree with something I just had a conversation with Steve Tower about briefly the other day. I agree with his sentiment. It checks off all the boxes. Very few boxes that need to be tweaked, but for the most part, this game is probably right up there with the most enjoyable tabletop game I have played, and that includes all of them. So that's it from here. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and if you're watching this later on in the next part of next week, hope you enjoy your week. And until next time, I will see everybody down the road.